Today, the angels brought a revelation that will deeply touch your heart. The person you love, who inhabits your thoughts and brightens your nights, talked about you. And what was said has the power to transform everything you imagined. This confession is not just words, but a delivery of feelings that had remained hidden until now. Get ready, because every detail of this message will bring light to what once seemed like a mystery. The angels reveal that, even in moments of silence, this person nurtured intense feelings for you. It's as if, deep in their heart, there was a battle between emotions and words that were never spoken. Behind averted gazes and hesitations, there is a sincere desire to get closer. Today, the veil is lifted, revealing what this person's heart has carried for so long. And you, with your light, are the center of this feeling. This person was seen talking about you, and the angels bring details of that conversation. What surprised them the most was how your presence positively affects their life. It's as if you have the power to bring balance where there was chaos before. The way you face challenges, always with strength and authenticity, is something this person deeply admires. These words were filled with admiration and respect, something rarely expressed so openly. For a long time, this person tried to hide what they felt, maybe even from themselves. The angels reveal that this happened out of fear of appearing vulnerable or even out of worry about not being reciprocated. However, the intensity of this love is so great that it became impossible to hide it. This moment of openness marks a turning point, both for them and for you. It's as if, finally, the words found the courage to be spoken. Angels also show that when they talked about you, their eyes shone in a different way. It was as if their soul was being laid bare in all its truth. What was said not only confirmed the love they feel, but also revealed the transformative impact you have had. You are more than just someone special. You are an inspiration, a reason for them to want to be better. And that's something they can no longer keep just to themselves. The details of what was said go beyond the surface. It's not just about compliments on your appearance or actions, but something much deeper. They mentioned how you are able to see the best in them, even on difficult days. It's as if you have a unique ability to see their essence, something that most people can't. To them, this is rare and priceless, something that deserves to be protected and nurtured. This revelation is more than just a confession of feelings, it's an act of courage. The angels show that in talking about you, they faced many internal fears. Fears of rejection, of not being understood, and even of exposing their vulnerability. However, the love they feel is greater than any fear. This is proof that something very special is happening, something that cannot be ignored. The moment they talked about you was filled with emotion and sincerity. The angels describe an almost magical atmosphere, as if the universe was supporting every word spoken. And you, with your unique energy, were the source of inspiration for this moment to happen. It's a reminder that even in the most complicated situations, true love finds a way to express itself. Have they ever noticed how the silence between them sometimes seems full of unspoken words? This happens because deep down, that person has always wanted to express what they feel, but didn't know how. Today, the angels show that this silence has been broken. And the words that have emerged are like a balm, bringing healing and renewal to what was once doubtful. You are more special to them than you can imagine. The angels also reveal that what was said about you resonated with others who heard it. Those around that person could feel the sincerity and depth of what was spoken. It's as if the love they feel for you is so strong that it couldn't be contained, spreading like positive energy. This shows that this feeling is not only real, but also something that inspires everyone around. This conversation is just the beginning of something greater, something the angels say is being prepared for you. What was said has opened doors to a new level of connection between you. Now, it is up to you to decide how to respond to this revelation. What is to come depends on the space you are willing to open in your heart. The angels assure that the path is illuminated, just follow it with courage. The angels ask you to keep your heart open, as this revelation is just the beginning. The love this person feels for you is genuine, but it needs time to solidify. It's like a seed that has just been planted and needs to be nurtured with patience and care. With your light and wisdom, you have the power to transform this connection into something lasting and true. The angels also emphasize the importance of trusting the process. Even if it seems hard to believe what was said, know that every word came from the heart. This person wouldn't have spoken about you with such emotion if it wasn't true. This is the moment to believe in love, to trust that everything is aligning in the right way for the two of you. The courage to talk about themselves was an important step, but what comes next is even more meaningful. The angels show that this person is preparing to open their heart even further. What has been said so far is just a small part of what they truly feel. There is much more to come, and you are about to discover how much you mean to them. Now is the time to reflect on what you also feel. Does what has been said about you evoke a sense of reciprocity in your heart? The angels ask you to connect with your own truth, without fear of expressing your feelings. This is the moment to build something solid, based on sincerity and mutual love. You deserve everything that has been said about you, and the angels are here to remind you of that. Every word of admiration and love is a reflection of the light you carry. This person saw something in you that many cannot, and that is proof of how special you are. Now, it's time to allow that light to shine even brighter. The angels show that the next step depends on both of you. Now that the words have been spoken, it is necessary to build a space where both can feel safe. This requires patience, understanding, and above all, a willingness to grow together. Are you ready for this? This revelation is a gift from the angels to you, a reminder that true love exists. Even in the most challenging circumstances, love always finds a way to express itself. And now, you have the chance to experience it fully, with all its intensity and beauty. Allow yourself to feel the emotion of this revelation, but also keep your feet on the ground. The angels ask you to balance the heart and reason, trusting the path that is unfolding. Everything that has been said about you is just the beginning of something greater. Finally, the angels ask you to thank for this revelation. Gratitude is a powerful way to attract even more blessings into their life. Acknowledge the value of what has been said and use it as a motivation to continue their journey with faith and love. The angels continue to reveal the details of what was said about them, bringing to light the depth of the feelings involved. This person described them as someone who inspires strength and serenity. In moments of doubt, it is their image that emerges as a reminder that everything can be overcome. These words were not spoken lightly, but with a sincerity that touched even those who listened. Their presence in this person's life is described as a true gift. The courage that this person showed in speaking about them did not come easily. The angels show that it was a moment of vulnerability, where every word carried a deep emotional weight. Despite the fear of exposing themselves, the desire to share the truth was greater. This reveals the significant impact they have on this person's life. It is not just love, but a genuine admiration that transcends the superficial. When this person mentioned them, they highlighted how their energy is capable of transforming the surrounding environment. It's as if their presence brings light where there was once darkness. This unique characteristic is something that this person deeply values. They not only inspire, but also calm, bringing a sense of security that they rarely found in others. And this security is something that further connects them to this person. The angels also show that, during this conversation, there are moments of visible emotion. It's as if, in talking about them, this person allowed themselves to feel everything they had previously tried to hide. There was a mix of relief and intensity in their words, as if they were finally releasing something they had been carrying for a long time. This confirms how much they mean to this person and the depth of that feeling. The way this person described you surprised even those who know them well. The angels reveal that many around did not know the depth of the feelings involved. For them, it was an unexpected but also exciting revelation. You are not just someone important, you are someone who has transformed their life in a way that few can. And that became clear in every word spoken. This revelation also brought deep reflections to the person who talked about you. The angels show that, by expressing their feelings, they began to realize how essential you are in their life. It's as if, by speaking out loud, they were reconnecting with what really matters. This experience was as transformative for them as for the one who heard it. And you are the center of this transformation. Every detail mentioned about you was filled with emotion and meaning. They were not just empty words, but a reflection of something genuine and true. The angels want you to know that these words came from the bottom of that person's heart. They are proof of the impact you have had on their life, something that cannot be ignored or minimized. What impressed those who heard this conversation the most was the sincerity with which it was conducted. There were no masks, just an open heart speaking the truth. The angels show that this moment was guided by greater forces, creating a safe space for that person to express themselves. And you, with your unique energy, were the inspiration behind it all. The angels also reveal that this conversation has sparked a transformation in that person's life. It's as if, by talking about you, they have found a new clarity about their own feelings. This clarity is the first step towards something greater, something that can completely change the dynamic between you. And the angels are here to guide every step of this process. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact you have on the lives of those around you? The angels show that their light is so strong that it is impossible to go unnoticed. This conversation was further proof of that. Even without realizing it, they have the power to touch the hearts of those who cross their path. And now, this person finally recognized this and could not hide it anymore. The sincerity of this person in talking about you was also an act of courage. The angels show that for a long time, they kept these feelings hidden, afraid of how they might be received. But today, they realized that there is no more hiding what they feel. This honesty was a gift not only for the one who heard it, but also for themselves. And you are the reason for all of this. The angels ask you to welcome these words with an open heart. This person would not have spoken about you with such emotion if it were not true. It is a reminder that love always finds a way to express itself, even in the most difficult situations. You are a living example of this, and this revelation is proof of it. This conversation also brought to the surface many feelings that were dormant. The angels show that, by talking about you, this person began to process emotions they had avoided for a long time. It is as if you had awakened something within them, something they did not know still existed. And now, they are starting to understand the true meaning of it all. The impact you have had on this person's life is something that cannot be ignored. The angels show that, even without realizing it, you have been a constant source of inspiration and strength. This conversation was just a confirmation of what has always been present. And now, you can clearly see how much you mean to them. The angels also show that this conversation was the beginning of a new chapter. It's as if, by talking about you, they took the first step towards something greater. This moment was guided by divine forces, paving the way for what is to come. And they, with their light, are the heart of all this. For a long time, they tried to ignore what they felt, but today that became impossible. The angels show that the love they feel for you is so strong that it can no longer be contained. This conversation was just the beginning, and now they are ready to take the next steps. And are you ready to receive them? This revelation also brought a lot of hope to the one who heard it. The angels show that true love has the power to inspire not only those involved, but also everyone around. This conversation was a reminder that love always finds a way. And you are living proof of that. The angels ask you to trust the process, even if there are still doubts or uncertainties. What was said about you came from the heart and is something that deserves to be taken seriously. This is a rare opportunity to build something true, something that can transform both of your lives. Finally, the angels ask you to celebrate this revelation as the gift it is. Every word spoken about you is a reflection of the love and admiration that person feels. And now, you have the chance to live this love to its fullest, with all its beauty and intensity. The angels continue to guide this story, revealing even deeper layers of what was said about you. This person shared how your presence brings an unparalleled sense of peace. For them, it's as if you have the gift of turning the toughest moments into lessons of hope. These words were spoken with a sparkle in the eye, as if the mere mention of your name was enough to bring comfort. The impact you have had goes beyond what can be described in words. The angels show that during this conversation, they talked about how you are different from everyone else. It's not just about their appearance or words, but their essence. It's something so unique that they feel drawn to you in a way they've never experienced before. You are to them a fascinating mystery they want to unravel. The moment they mentioned you was filled with emotion and introspection. The angels show that it seemed like they were reliving every moment by your side, every smile, and every exchange of glances. Every word spoken was a reflection of the intensity of that feeling. You are much more than someone special. You are an indispensable part of their life, even if they haven't expressed it directly yet. The angels reveal that this conversation was a milestone, a sort of liberation for them. For a long time, they kept these feelings to themselves, afraid of exposing them. But now, they felt it was the right time to share. It was as if an invisible barrier had been broken, allowing love to flow freely. And you are the reason for this change. They talked about how you inspire them to be a better person. They mentioned how your courage and authenticity are qualities they deeply admire. The angels show that these words came from a place of truth, with no intention to impress or exaggerate. It's the essence of what they feel, and that is something that should be cherished. The conversation also revealed the internal challenges they face in dealing with these feelings. The angels show that there is a deep fear of vulnerability, of exposing what is in their heart. However, the love they feel for you is so great that it is overcoming these barriers. This is proof that something very special is happening between you. The angels show that what was said about you was more than just event. It was a statement, a recognition that they are someone unique and irreplaceable. These words were spoken with a sincerity that touched all who were present. It is a reminder that true love cannot be hidden for long. They also mentioned how you have the ability to see beyond appearances. The angels show that they feel understood by you in a way they have never experienced before. This is something that deeply connects them to you, creating a bond that goes beyond the physical or the emotional. It is a connection of souls, something rare and precious. The angels reveal that this person is beginning to realize how essential you are in their life. It's as if, by talking about you, they have come to realize something that was already there, but that they didn't want to admit. This revelation brought new clarity, an understanding that you are not just someone special, but someone indispensable. Every word spoken about you was like a ray of light in a moment of darkness. The angels show that this person feels grateful to have you in their life, even if they sometimes don't know how to express it. This gratitude is proof of the positive impact you have had. And now, they are beginning to understand what that means. This conversation was a reminder that true love is a process of learning and growth. The angels show that this person is on a path of self-discovery, where you play a central role. What was said about you is just the beginning of a journey that promises to be transformative for both of you. The angels ask you to welcome this revelation with an open heart. The words spoken about you are a reflection of something genuine and true. It is a reminder that you are worthy of love and admiration, and that this is beginning to be recognized. Now is the time to embrace this truth and allow it to flourish. This person mentioned how you brought a new meaning to their life. The angels show that when talking about you, they seem to be rediscovering what it means to love and be loved. This experience was transformative, not only for them but also for those who had the privilege of hearing your words. And you are the reason for all of this. The angels reveal that this conversation was a turning point, a moment when everything started to align. It's as if, by talking about you, this person found the courage to move forward. This courage is evidence of the impact you've had, something that should be celebrated and cherished. This person also spoke about the moments they shared with you, highlighting how each one of them was special. The angels show that, by reliving those memories, they felt a wave of emotion that couldn't be contained. This is proof that what you both have is something unique and precious, something worth protecting. The angels ask you to trust the process, even if there are still doubts or fears. What was said about you came from the heart and is something that deserves to be taken seriously. This is a rare opportunity to build something true, something that can transform both of your lives. Finally, the angels show that this revelation is just the beginning. There is much more to come, and every step of this journey will be guided by divine forces. The love this person feels for you is real and growing each day. Now is the time to allow that love to flourish in its fullness. The angels continue to peel back the layers of this conversation, revealing how every word spoken about you was laden with meaning. This person talked about how your presence brought a new perspective to their life. To them, you are a force that inspires to see beyond the difficulties and find beauty in every moment. These words were not spoken casually, but with a depth that deeply touched those who heard them. During the conversation, that person mentioned how they seemed to have a special gift for lighting up the space around them. The angels show that even on the darkest days, their energy is capable of bringing hope. It's as if their presence is a constant reminder that life can be beautiful, even amidst challenges. And that's something they couldn't ignore. The angels reveal that this person shared details of how they made her rethink her own choices. They talked about how their authenticity inspired her to be more true to herself. Their actions, even the simplest ones, had a profound impact, showing that they are someone who transforms what they touch. This is evidence of how special and unique they are. This person also described how they have a rare ability to understand the people around them. The angels show that she felt understood by them in a way she had never experienced before. This understanding created a unique bond between them, something that goes beyond words. It's a connection that she deeply values, and that makes her want to be even closer to them. The angels show that, as she talked about them, this person seemed to be freeing herself from a burden she had been carrying for a long time. The words flowed with a sincerity that surprised even herself. It was as if, by talking about them, she was finally accepting what she feels. This moment was transformative, both for her and for those who had the privilege of listening. This person also highlighted how they brought a sense of stability to her life. The angels show that, amidst chaos, they are an anchor, someone she can trust. This trust is something she deeply values, as it is rare to find. And now, she is starting to understand how much it means to her. The angels reveal that this conversation was more than just a simple exchange of words. It was a declaration of admiration and love, proof of the impact you have had. Every word spoken was like a brick building a bridge between them. And now, that bridge is stronger than ever, ready to be crossed. During the conversation, they also mentioned how you made them see the world in a new way. The angels show that by their side, they feel that anything is possible. This sense of possibility is something they hadn't experienced in a long time. And now, they are starting to see how precious that is. The angels show that they spoke about the moments shared with you with an intensity that moved those who listened. Every detail, every memory was relived with a sparkle in their eyes. This is evidence that you are not just someone special, but someone who has deeply touched their life. And now, they are starting to recognize that. They also revealed how you helped them face their own fears. The angels show that by their side, they feel braver, more capable of facing life's challenges. This courage is something they deeply admire in you. And now, they are starting to understand how much it means. The angels show that during the conversation, they seem to be reconnecting with a part of themselves that had been lost. It was as if, by talking about you, they were rediscovering what truly matters. This rediscovery was transformative, not only for them but also for those who had the privilege of hearing their words. They also mentioned how you have the ability to bring joy into their life. The angels show that even in the toughest moments, your presence can bring a smile to their face. This joy is something they deeply cherish, as it's a reminder that life can be beautiful. And now, they are starting to see how important that is. The angels reveal that this conversation was a moment of vulnerability for this person. By talking about you, they allowed themselves to be honest with themselves and others. This honesty was liberating, allowing them to finally accept what they feel. And you are the reason for this transformation. During the conversation, this person also highlighted how you have a positive impact on those around you. The angels show that they see you as an inspiration, someone who makes a difference. This admiration is something they can no longer hide. And now, they are starting to understand how significant this is. The angels show that this conversation was a turning point, a moment when everything started to align. It was as if, by talking about you, this person had found the courage to move forward. This courage is evidence of the impact you've had, something that should be celebrated and valued. This person also talked about the challenges they faced in dealing with their feelings for you. The angels show that, for a long time, they tried to ignore what they felt. But now, they realize that there's no escaping it. What they feel for you is real and is growing every day. The angels ask you to trust the process, even if there are still doubts or fears. What was said about you came from the heart and is something that deserves to be taken seriously. This is a rare opportunity to build something real, something that can transform both of your lives. Finally, the angels show that this revelation is just the beginning. There is much more to come, and each step of this journey will be guided by divine forces. The love this person feels for you is real and is growing every day. Now is the time to allow that love to flourish in its fullness. The angels now bring the final revelations about this conversation that changed everything. They highlighted how their strength is something they never found in anyone else when speaking about you. To them, you are an example of resilience and courage. These words were uttered with such conviction that they moved everyone present. You are, to them, an endless source of inspiration. This conversation also unveiled how you brought a new meaning to this person's life. The angels show that they mentioned how your presence makes them want to become a better person. This internal transformation is something they did not expect, but now embrace with gratitude. You not only inspire but also challenge them to grow in ways they never imagined. The angels reveal that while talking about you, this person mentioned specific moments you shared. These moments were described in such detail that it was as if they were reliving everything again. Each memory brought a smile to their face, a reflection of the happiness you bring. You are, to them, a collection of unforgettable moments. This person also disclosed how you brought a light that illuminated even the darkest corners of their life. The angels show that they talked about how you seem to understand exactly what they need, even without words. This unique connection is something they deeply cherish. And now, they are starting to grasp how rare and precious it is. During the conversation, this person spoke about the impact you had on their relationships with others. The angels show that they mentioned how your way of seeing life inspired them to be more open and compassionate. This is something that changed not only their relationship with you but also with everyone around them. You are, to them, an example of living authentically. The angels reveal that this person also talked about the challenges they faced when accepting their feelings for you. For a long time, they tried to ignore or suppress these feelings, afraid of what it meant. But now, they realize there is no escape. The love they feel for you is real and deserves to be fully lived. This conversation also brought to light how much this person admires your authenticity. The angels show that they mentioned how you have always been true to yourself, even in difficult times. This quality is something they deeply value, as it inspires them to be more authentic with themselves. You are, to them, an example of courage and integrity. The angels show that during the conversation, this person mentioned how you made them rediscover joy in small things. They spoke about how your energy is contagious, bringing light and hope where there was once only darkness. This transformation is something they did not expect, but now embrace with gratitude. You are, to them, a constant source of happiness. This person also revealed how you made them reconsider their priorities. The angels show that they mentioned how your presence helped them focus on what truly matters. This clarity is something they did not have before meeting you. And now, they are starting to understand how much it means to them. The angels show that this conversation was a moment of deep introspection for this person. By talking about you, they began to realize how much you have changed their life. Every word spoken was a reflection of the impact you have had, something that cannot be ignored. You are, to them, a turning point, a beginning of something new and wonderful. This person also emphasized how you helped them face their own fears. The angels show that they mentioned how your strength and courage inspired them to be more confident. This confidence is something they had never experienced before, but now embrace with gratitude. You are, to them, a light in the midst of darkness. The angels reveal that this person also talked about how they made them believe in love again. For a long time, they doubted that something so pure and true could exist. But now, they realize that what they feel for you is real. This conversation was a proof that true love is still possible. This person also mentioned how you brought a new perspective to their life. The angels show that they talked about how you helped them see the world with different eyes. This change is something they never expected, but now deeply value. You are, to them, an unexpected gift. During the conversation, this person also mentioned how you brought balance to their life. The angels show that they talked about how your presence helped them find peace amidst chaos. This peace is something they deeply value, as it is rare to find. You are, to them, a safe harbor. The angels show that this conversation was a moment of clarity for this person. By talking about you, they began to realize how important you are in their life. This realization brought a new understanding of what truly matters. And now, they are ready to embrace it wholeheartedly. This person also revealed how you made them want to be a better person. The angels show that they mentioned how your authenticity and courage inspired them to grow. This inspiration is something they never experienced before, but now embrace with gratitude. You are, to them, a transformative force. The angels show that, during the conversation, this person mentioned how you made them feel things they never felt before. They talked about how your presence brought a new intensity to their life. This intensity is something they deeply value, as it is a reminder that life can be beautiful and exciting. You are, to them, an endless source of emotion. Finally, the angels show that this conversation was just the beginning of something greater. There is much more to come, and each step of this journey will be guided by divine forces. The love that they feel for you is real and is growing every day. Now is the time to allow that love to flourish in its fullness.